Alright, just one more run. Seriously, just the one. That's it. One more run. Alright, welcome back, prisoners. We're here in Dead Cells, a very, very popular game. Even years later, a lot of people are still playing this. We're going to be doing a run of, I'm thinking, survival. Number 3 looks really good compared to the other stuff. And survival, I feel like it doesn't struggle, but I think it's less popular. Correct me if I'm wrong, and definitely let me know in the comments if you prefer survival over brutality or tactics, but I assume the answer is no, you don't. And it could be because you might be saying V, too slow, right? B, not strong enough, even though like these are some of the highest base damage weapons in the game. You may be saying the DPS isn't high enough. You may even think V, the mutations aren't very good. It's all survival mutations. I want damage. Let's see what we can do today. So right now, I can't get in there. Right now, I have Scarecrow Sickles and Corrupted Power. Both very good with the sewing scissors we're using right now. I will swap for Cudgel because I really don't care for the knockback shield. I think it's worthless. In what situation would the knockback be more impressive than just stunning the monster? Wow, I'm broke. What in the world? We have our first scroll, dedicated to survival. Our hope is that the game gives us, I mean, not gonna lie, we have some good stuff right now, but the hope is that this can become a fully fledged survival build. Am I looking for a top 3 all-time build? I don't know about that. I just want something playable, right? We keep the double jumps. Get all the money we can get. Playable for me is that it looks good on the video. Honestly, like, I could giga cook a build if I wanted to. I could use a top 3 build. I could use something S tier on the tier list. But at the end of the day, my goal is a good looking run that we can look back and say, you know what? I'm gonna like and subscribe just for that run. We get our second scroll. That does clear the map. For those who don't know, Prison Quarters only has 2 scrolls. And then where we're gonna go, I like to let the game decide. This is the biome map. You can press square on your map to see it. We're gonna be heading to Castle Outskirts, which I don't really like the idea of doing so. Sewing Scissors does an okay job here. But I'm kind of gonna rush to the exit because if you look at my timer, I'm at 1:50. So we're actually gonna get both the 30 kills and the time door, which is very rare for me. Usually it's one or the other. And usually only this one if I'm speedrunning. We're gonna keep everything, though Phaser seems kind of interesting. What's nice about Phaser is that the monster's actually snared as you go behind it. Nothing personal, kid. And then you kind of circumvent one of the issues with the scissors where you have to actually, like, wait to attack sometimes. Technically, there is one scary part about the scissors, and that's the fact that we might teleport into damage. For that measure, we're going to be taking a rare Berserker. Not a mutation I use very often. Typically, I would take Necromancy if I do plan on taking damage. But there's an idea here that as I teleport onto monsters, my kill speed is going to be very, very high. To be fair, look at the timer. 1:50 for first biome plus 30 kills. If we're keeping up that cadence, kind of like this better. I don't know why Phaser on R just works better for me. Good snips. Look at the reach on the scissors. That is incredible. We do get bonus damage. I'd be curious if the Phaser killing the monster counts towards me getting my snips. For those who don't know what this weapon does, maybe you don't have your Dead Cells updated, because I believe all versions of Dead Cells are updated at this point. The scissors will one-shot all enemies in line with the monster you killed with the attack. So basically imagine that you have a bat and an elite, and you killed the bat. If an elite is in that swing, it will also die, regardless of how much HP it has. Scissors also has a very nice touch that it goes through shields. I'd have to check to see if it gets reflected by thornies. Can I use this as an example? Boom! There you go, there's the scissors in action, if you have never seen that before. Keep our double jumps. I do like to clear all the map. Not really that it has to be done, though, as I said earlier, things like challenge rifts, monsters might drop an item, you may want to swap to it. Maybe you're missing blueprints. We have everything unlocked. Max difficulty, like, I don't really need to kill everything, even if it's just for money. But I like to do so because I actually believe, for the viewer's sake, if I were to just speedrun to the exit, maybe it's not going to be as exciting to the viewer. Or rather, like, if I was watching someone play Dead Cells, like, yeah, I want to see the boss. Yeah, I want to see the shops and the decision making, but sometimes I want to see you kill every monster. New scissors. Little bit of base damage increase, we'll take it. Everything else will stay, because I don't want to spend that much money this early. I do get questions sometimes, like, how early is too early to spend your money in a shop? I would say it depends on if you're comfortable with your current items. To me, it's not a matter of I need to, like, keep up with the game in terms of scaling my damage on weapons. Obviously, with scrolls, it's a different story. But with weapons, I swap based on need. Wow. I love scissors. But we also got shoot an arrow in front of you, and it happened to do a very good job just then, killing that bat. Gonna say, I'm not using the phaser at all. Alright. Boom. Get our money. Grandpa's back. We have Kitty Cat. Telluric Shock. Is that the same thing as phaser? It's really not. For some reason, I feel like Telluric Shock on L2 feels more natural than phaser on L2. But, like, functionally, I think they do the same thing. I don't know what that is. If there's anyone else out there who uses the same sentiment as me, even things like the owl. I always put the owl on the left trigger, which is why we call it owlet, because of the L. If it was on R, it would be Alejandro. Grab that. See a sucker? There's like specific things I put on specific buttons. Alright, so we're already at 60 kills. I wouldn't necessarily say the map's half done, but maybe it is. Castle Outskirts I would call a relatively big map, but it kind of depends on how, ow, I didn't think I would actually tap that, how you get through it. Now, technically speaking, Berserker did nothing for that. Necromancy would be better right now. But we will not have buyer's remorse. Whoa. Did I kill that thing through the wall? Love to see it. We will not have buyer's remorse. We will assume that taking the Berserk did something. Second food. We are playing on 5 BC, so of course that stuff has malaise on it. I don't really... Oh, we have to go around. I don't really speedrun Dead Cells, but in some ways, the answer to malaise is just kill better. Kill faster, kill better. I wouldn't necessarily skip monsters because, oh crap, my malaise is too high. In fact, the game rewards you for killing everything by cleansing some of your malaise. 326. Feel like I should have a bit more survival. We do have a door here. One funny thing is that challenge rifts can spawn in this door. Oh, Grandpa's back. I mean, you already spent too much money. I can't think of a single thing in that I would probably pay money for right now. Slight anti-synergy between sickles and sewing scissors. But if the monster's dying anyway, is it really anti-synergy? That's just to say, oh, I didn't get the kill with the scissors. I got the kill with something else. Something stole the kill. Does it matter that much? Maybe it saved me from taking damage. That could be copium as well. But if there's anything to cope over, it's the freaking berserk that I'm using right now. Yeah, I believe that goes to a boss. We did get the map reveal. Not much left. Don't know what's in here. It's monsters. Let's see if we get lucky with a challenge rift. I would typically clear this anyway. Like, if anyone's ever seen my typical content, I do normally kill everything. But at least I like to say for the first timers, this is why I'm doing it. This is not bad. Solves another issue of the sewing scissors. The monster hit me before I killed it. Alright. No teleport. A little unlucky. Oh, there should be one over here, right? Awkward. Really? No teleport in this entire tower? That's funny. We're gonna go up, go to the right. And then we'll be good for prison depths. If you had to ask, like, do I always go to prison depths in corrupted prison? The answer is yes. I don't know, it's just part of the fun for me at this point. Of course, it is a curse, it is a way to die. But I'm not really concerned about dying to the curse as I am not having a fun build, you know? We got our 60. Some cells I absolutely don't need. Powerful grenade over Scarecrow Sickle. Not to say that Sickles is worse. I actually think Sickle is better. But we're gonna do that specifically because of that anti-synergy I talked about earlier. And then finally, I had a viewer who wanted to see Frenzy while survival at one point. From their perspective, Frenzy by itself, the base numbers on healing is so low that the difference between brutality and survival is nothing. You may even get to the point where it heals more than Necromancy because Necromancy heals the most at lowest HP. That's tempting. And like kind of has some synergy with what we're doing, but the base value for Frenzy is going to be very low. You know, I wonder, do I heal on Execute? That should be a no. Like, I don't think I'm hitting the monster, and I don't think there's a damage number. We have to really focus on the right target selection there. Alright, so now we have our move speed. I am healing. It's probably single digits right now. Big snip. Took a hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. This is the best test for Frenzy. The more hits I have, the more effective Frenzy will be. Otherwise, we wasted taking it. Do I do bonus while full? No. Sometimes There are weapons that have deal bonus damage when you are full HP, and I would be of the right mind to just heal. Just use the health pot. I want damage. I'm already not using my health pots as is. Nice. 54. We have to take out this protector. This is the big issue right now. I don't want to waste the elite, though. Oh, wow. I didn't get the scissors execute. Is that because it was a spawned monster? Legendary coming up. Legendary... I can't tell what that is. Bow and endless quiver? While playing survival. Certainly nothing wrong with that. There's nothing necessarily good about it either. But we'll keep that in mind. Don't forget, we do have that button. Imagine if I was using my Y button for each individual monster. It would be a completely different game. Oh, but then we lose some snips. Nice try, buddy. Boxed in with me. Keep going. We're at 49%. Don't really care for some of these grenades. We could have kept moving too to try to maintain our bonus move speed. Is that a rat? Unfortunately, the bird cannot be stunned until it turns into an elite. Then all of a sudden it can't be stunned. Don't really understand how that works. But it works for me. I think part of the issue for this biome is I wasn't using the throwing knife enough. The yeetable is what we call it. We're yeeting just random objects. As a cosmetic thrown object. Saving it for Dead Cells 2. Keep heading down. Survival. Vampirism, no thank you. We all know the lesson behind that. Don't use it. Next biome coming up. Ramparts. Is that accessible from here? I don't think it is. Game certainly says it is. There it is. Now the question would be, do I actually use the bow and endless quiver? Infinite ammo, essentially infinite damage. Barb tips is worthless because we're not playing tactics right now. I don't think there's really any survival mutations in here. We could obviously play fake tactics. It'd be kind of fun if ripping out the arrows did damage to monsters with like a grenade, but doesn't work that way. I dare say you don't use it. At least for this video. I'd say if you got that to drop, absolutely you should be using it. But in this circumstance, we are going to say no. Final mutation. Frostbite? We do victim slow nearby targets. That does kill bats, which is a little unfortunate. There's also things like gastro for even more bonus damage, assuming we don't need to eat food. It's 5 minutes of bonus damage. Maybe that's not half bad. Heading into the bank, again, the way I like to choose biomes, I let the game decide. They say go to bank, I go to bank. Are there banks that are not worth going to? Absolutely. If it was in the last one, replacing Corrupted Prison, that's a skip. If it was the second biome right after Prison Quarters, possibly a skip. Depends on how good your build is. This build right here, it can do this. That's no issue. And we could potentially get some pretty high-powered gear from here. Now, there is a curse we have to cleanse, which that by itself, a little annoying. See, I'm kind of on the fence. The Yeetable can kill rats, and I don't want them to die. I want to snip them. I think I'm getting Berserk, because I have a lot of stacks right now. Wow. Wow, wow. I'll backpack it for now. I don't really like Knockback Shield. I have lots of tier lists around this game. Knockback Shield never is in the top of the shields list. The knockback... Little kid just crying in the corner. The knockback on it, while funny, in terms of like, I could just use Cudgel and stun the monster. Imagine if I died just then. Speaking of funny. There we go. Curse cleansed. Let's work on the elite. Hopefully that monster that spawned. There we go. Little late, buddy. A little late. We'll take the extra green. I'm very quick at these amulets. I'm probably very quick about a lot of stuff in this game. My apologies if you're seeing this for the first time and wondering, is he even reading the stuff he's picking up? I am, kinda. I just want the extra green. If I'm losing double jumps for it, it's fine. All right. Kitty cat. Mimic Cocoon doesn't really do anything extra. Though I guess like this with what doesn't kill me over Gastro is kind of interesting. Not a Mimic. We move on. If it was a Mimic, it would instantly pick up the item, forcing me to buy it. And then the Mimic would spawn. So that means process of elimination. Highly likely, well, half likely for the next shop to be the Mimic. Now, this map, oh, let's test this. Ignores the Thorny's back. There you go. That's the 5 things I wish I knew. Even though I assume if you are looking for 5 things I wish I knew, you probably don't have the scissors unlocked yet. So I'd be curious, if I was using Necromancy right now, how much will I be healing on kill? Because, like, Frenzy works on hit. So, is it possible that I heal more because I actually have to hit the monster? Possibly twice. And, of course, the base value on something like Sewing Scissors is fairly high. Alright, we're going up. Or is that down? It's up. This is from another viewer. And not to say that I don't believe what people type. I have a lot of hours in this game. And I am always surprised when I hear or see anything that I haven't... Not that I didn't know it, but strategies that people are doing that I never would have thought of. And like, I guess for any roguelike game, dang, I tried to use my Yeetable to stop that, but it kind of aimed straight down at the rat. Anyway, for any roguelike game, there's perhaps the best roguelikes are ones that everyone has different playstyles. There's different solutions to every issue. Yeah, I didn't get the snip just then. That was weird. We got a poison on hit owl. That is very impressive. I dare say if I had poison damage, which I knew I didn't, I just tapped quickly to check. If I had poison damage, I think I would have actually taken that. Big snips. I still can't really confirm. I guess if I went back and looked at the footage on how much I healed on that execute compared to just killing one monster at a time, then I'd have my answer. All dead. Like right there, I killed 3 monsters. If you're watching this, pause the video, go back and tell me, did I heal more on 3 that I did individually. Oh, we're gonna get a tier 3. Ain't no way. No tier 3. Gold Gorger. Apparently, I can just get all the money I want. The Gold Gorger doesn't care. Not me being at 84% with off-color 3 Brutality Frenzy. That makes no sense. The only way it's viable is not using it while Brutality. It's probably always viable. I just would rather have damage if I'm playing Brutality. Combo, melee, predator, all of that stuff is very good. But hey, like this setup right here, it's pretty comfy. Goodbye. One more Brutality. It keeps scaling our single-digit heal. Sure. Grab this. Before you leave, always get this teleporter first. That way you don't have to, like, double back. We will go to the shop. Hopefully there's a mimic. If not, that means there's a food mimic that we will absolutely skip. This is weapon shop. Big survival weapons. Tombstone? I don't know about that one, Chief. It's good, but that hits. It's not a mimic, so it's a food shop mimic, which is very unfortunate. This thing's gonna absolutely smack dough. Medusa? Assault, shield, kill, rhythm. We're not trolling. That's legitimate. We lost our crits, but it's only gonna be for like 5 seconds, trust me. Plus we have Celeste. We're gonna have a, I guess someone called it the vault. Really funny, someone came into my chat asking, do I always go for the vault in the bank? And I was like, what are you talking about? There's no vault in the bank. They're talking about Celeste, the jump segment at the end of Green Door. I had no idea what they were talking about. I am so used to like my own, I guess, memes for this game. We do hit Thorny backs, so we have to be careful about that. Yo, new Swole build. That build got giga nerfed. Well, not giga, but nerfed enough. We used to actually run Hunter's Grenade, the thing that you would use to extract blueprints. And what it would do is it had scrolls built into it to account for you like having -1 skill. And we would take that for bonus HP. The dev said that is not what that's intended for. Maintain this move speed. Gonna say we are in sync with the level, and then I almost got hit. Would have been very embarrassing. Almost. Almost getting me, game. There's like a ego check. The game is checking how worthy am I to get through this. Am I gonna be aggressive and get hit? Or am I gonna be calm and collected? I'm not using this. It's good damage. It's on the tier list as it does good damage, but I don't use it because I could outrun it and kill the monster myself. Now, on any arena fight, like the giant, maybe Scarecrow, because Scarecrow will go back and forth in the arena. Maybe not Hand of the King, because it will go to the opposite side fairly easily. Death Orb probably shines there. But I may as well use Sickles. At least in my opinion. Alright, there's the shop that we ignore. I kind of want to kill that elite, not gonna lie. Bomb. Get out of dodge. Move! Alright. Triple purple? Wasn't there a triple green I just saw? Yeah. Not my frenzy scaler. Oh no. Now, I am missing out on the fun of the scissors, but we're here to solve issues. Typically, that final hit is when you get hurt with this weapon. We'll keep grenade, but the idea is that grenade is our wave clear. We don't need single target. All right, we are good to go, people. Exit at the way tippity top. I know there was some food on the map. I'm gonna... Oh, well, we have gastro, right? It'd be silly to not destroy this food. Technically, I could buy food from the Mimic. You probably want to see that, right? Buy food from the Mimic, sell both of them for bonus damage. Is that troll? It doesn't stack the timer. What it does is it stacks the damage. So we're currently getting 25% damage. It's gonna go to 75%. Math majors, rise up. Tell me if I'm wrong. And of course it's a Mimic. I mean, chances are I might take damage. That could happen. 1, 2. That was worth it. You take that trade all day. $4,000 for 5 minutes of 75% bonus damage? That's a steal. I can blow through $4,000 for much, much worse. All right, next area. I almost broke that. I don't think it does anything if you break it without taking out a loan at the bank. You can walk out with money so long as you didn't take a loan out. Her sword, spite sword, face flask is interesting, but we're not gonna do it. That could be vengeance, but we are okay without. You could try to roll this, but 30% all damage is pretty good by itself. Now, I don't have poison or fire, so why bother rocking the boat? I think I'm allowed to reset, but it would be to take... What? We would keep Gastro, drop Berserk, run Kill Rhythm. I don't know if I need Berserk. I probably don't need Kill Rhythm. But with the Assault Shield, I think this is very good gameplay. Almost forgot my Frenzy. I'd be so sad if I didn't have my Frenzy. I mean, ideally, it's Conjunctivious. The only issue here is that we really only have damage with the pickaxe and nothing else. But the reward for doing Conjunct over Concierge is we get an extra scroll fragment. And that by itself could be like one whole scroll at the end of the run that I never had. No need to bother with Kill Rhythm stuff right now. That seemed like good damage to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's okay. We don't need to be full. That's not what the build is. We're hit. You can interrupt that with the Assault Shield. My 1 Kill Rhythm usage. It would be sick if I could parry and then do the attack so fast that it actually hits it. No way. Ain't no way. Would be very cool though. Last one. Funny enough, when I look at YouTube analytics for this game, typically Conjunctivious has like the lowest retention, like the graphs dips down. It's like Conjunct by itself Is it the easiest boss, or is it like everyone fights Conjunctivius? V, I've seen this boss literally more than any other boss in any other video game. Wow, that was 5 scroll fragments? That is way better than I expected. Slumbering Sanctuary. From Crypt is either that or Graveyard. So this is where we're gonna go. Not too scared of this, even though it does have the golems, but we're pretty defensive. Alright. Door's locked because I took random damage that was probably highly avoidable. No real changes to make, but I am, like, very tempted. Let me check this real quick. Sometimes this gets on-hit effects. Alright. Don't greed. And we're wasting time. My 5 minutes is very short. I assume the 5 minutes counts in here. If I were to say I have proof of that, I don't know. Technically, it's paused. It's paused in shops, it's paused right there. But I don't know if that extends to that mutation. Very fast monster. I'm faster. If you don't know how we're moving this quickly... What am I chasing? Did you all see that? It's like as I was going forward, there was some kind of effect in front of me. Oh wow, early curse. We gotta find some monsters though. That's an elite. Bunch of stuff I'm not gonna use. You can't pay me to use holy water. I think that's probably one of the worst weapons, well, skills, I guess, in the game. We will fight this. Oh my god. Is that 75% bonus damage? Talking? You bet it is. I don't have buyer's remorse on this build. No, I lost one of them already. Has it been 5 minutes? I might have some more homework for you all. Please look at the timer. We're at 22:23. Go back to the earlier section where I sold that carrot and let me know it's all gone. Was that really at the 17-minute mark? I'm gonna say I'm dead here. Alright, we can't mess with this stuff. Imagine if that shot hit me. One more. There we go. I mean, hey, I'm still doing a lot of damage, it seems. But 5 minutes goes awfully quick. They're running on life splits or something. There's no way that was a legitimate 5 minutes. Alright, scroll fragment. I'm not really talking through like what the monsters do. Right now, I already feel so strong. And I don't have like challenge rifts or anything like that. I'm not lucky. I'm not using a legendary. I think we just have good items with good affixes. Crusher is kind of interesting. I might need this for one of the bosses, but we're probably fighting the giant anyway, right? So Crusher doesn't help there. Neither does Telluric Shock, mind you. This is not too bad for Servants and Queen. Not bad for Hand of the King either. See, this is what grenades for. Way too much junk. Sheesh, look at all these bats. Is that normal? That was an excessive amount of bats. You know what? Give me this. Test our damage. That almost doubled my HP, right? Just remember, that necklace is inside of this door. Alright, this is a good test right here. Double your damage? No, double your HP, halve your damage. Is that what just happened? We know we were basically one-shotting all the orb casters. If we don't one-shot the orb caster, we know something's up. No way this is a second curse. It's not a cursed biome. Oh, did I never get the curse? Was that a second curse? I feel like I just blinked and got deja vu'd. Obviously, this biome does have the chance to get an additional curse. Where are we going? Probably going to the right. Let's see what we get. A nice skill would be fun. Shovel does not do bonus damage. Do not care. If that was the star shovel that does 40% more, I would consider taking it. Oh, wait. Do I take this thing? $5.6 seems so low. It actually helps to reduce curses. But realistically, is that gonna kill anything by itself? Gotta be careful with the dodges I'm doing. So preferably we go down to find the protector. Some demons are pretty useful for us. Does not kill. That is highly surprising. Nice. A little bit more. Ooh, the homing technology. That was sick. That was highly unexpected. Okay, so apparently I can kill those with one indulgence. I cannot one-shot a golem? Is that a problem? That was a lot slower. What are you doing? So indulgence by itself looks like this. I don't think it can kill a golem, but what it will do is reset a golem's attack. What do y'all think about the build so far? If you were to rate this as it is right now, it's probably S tier, right? Who out there can say this is bad? Nobody. They be haters. Oh my god. That's funny. Alright, indulgence maybe not the answer for a golem. Should've dropped the crusher like we normally do. Where's my food to sell and get bonus damage for? Remember, when you're playing Dead Cells, there's always 2 pieces of food. One on a monster, one burning oil damage. But we lose 10% all. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, that monster sucks. That is not made for my build. So yeah, if we find the source of cover the ground with oil that burns, then it could be as simple as a tonic. That might be a consideration. There it is. I did not kill it. I'm gonna get teleported if I go up. Dang, that puts us down to 65% HP. Let's see, anything else? There is food. We can get our bonus damage. If you think about it, bonus damage means better frenzy. My frenzy is gonna be huge. go up. Grab the teleporter. And then, what? We're heading to caverns? My only worry about cavern... Oh, wow. Cursed caverns. I have 2 worries about caverns now. Let us do this. Now, you could say, V, just eat the food. You will heal a lot, thanks to Gastro. But where's the fun in that? Wouldn't you rather heal single digits? I think the answer is yes. Look at this. Boom. All right, timer 28. If that thing doesn't last until the 33-minute mark, I'm a snap. Ooh, I kind of want that chest, but we're on the timer now. First cavern. For all you OGs out there, you'd remember that cavern used to have a guaranteed curse in it. It no longer does. However, the cursed version of caverns has a 15% chance, I believe. I don't know what that is. That's a bug. Like, I'm trying to open that, but the game considers me still, like, back there. Maybe it's time. It's like 1,600 HP worth of difference. Maybe that's not that bad. Everything else stays. I don't think you could get anything interesting on Indulgence. Right now, it gives us move speed on kill, which is kind of interesting, I suppose. We are on the cursed biome, so technically, if I can get a kill with Indulgence, it is actually worth it after being cursed. We are guaranteed to be cursed by one of the new monsters, called the Sore Loser. There's other monsters that can curse, but we can avoid it. You really... Well, it's highly unlikely you will avoid a curse from a Sore Loser. Don't forget that barrel on the ground is a bomb. It can be parried. However, funny enough, if you have Parting Gift, which also drops bombs, it is harder to parry the bomb from the Arbiter. Because, like, game, for some reason, prioritizes parrying your own bombs than parrying bombs from other enemies. I was gonna say other players. Oh, yeah, we are swimming in damage now. 22k? I wish I knew what the number was before I ate that. I mean, I guess you all are watching, right? Just rewind. What was the number? This was 100% worth it. All right, there's our curse. There's our cleanse. Thanks to Indulgence. Yeah, that third hit is the worst hit, almost in the whole game. I think the only thing as bad as that is a weapon called Seismic Strike. Oh, Giant Killer is also kind of bad on its final hit. No, it's second hit. The second hit's an overhead. The final hit is a stab. It's actually very nice. See, the kill speed's really noticeable, right? Especially with kill rhythm. This is beautiful. Probably... Oh, I should have looked at that thing. Better Crusher. Holy Water doesn't even really work. Cover the ground with oil that burns when destroyed. Not a mimic. Kind of too late now. Random star over there. Is that a legendary? Gotta be a scroll, right? No way they're just walking around with the legendary, not using it. That's the legendary. I'll be taking that. Hayabusa boots that bump the enemy even further. That's fun. Careful. I will play it for a little bit to kind of show you what it looks like. Of course, we lose out on frenzy value, I'm sure. Yo, we 2-tap. What synergy does this have with survival? Technically, if you're playing Medusa petrifies enemies, which make them more susceptible to knockback, or they take bonus damage after being knocked back. It's something I never use it to do that for. I only use it for petrify, for CC. Sure. So, like, in some ways, you could throw out Medusa, petrify the monster, and then maybe you can actually do the combo before it breaks the petrify. That seems highly unlikely, but technically that's a thing. Also, take a shot every time we say technically. Alright, we're going the long way. Rip frenzy value. Though, to be fair, maybe the heals are good. Maybe I just need, like, really high stats. And hey, we're getting even more brutality. This is fine. Like, that's fun. Oh, there's the other curse monster. What would be the reason to not play this without trolling? Like, I could sit here and talk about frenzy and kill rhythm and losing value on kill rhythm now. What's the real answer to not use the Hayabusas right now? I don't think there is one. That's just me being a hipster at that point, saying, oh, I wouldn't use this. Unethical? That's a fair argument. When you're doing 0 to hero in Dead Cells, perhaps some items are unethical. We already said the syringe is one. Maybe even electrodynamics from diverse deck. Maybe that's unethical. Pushback build? Oh, wow. I didn't mean to eat that. That's habit. Bap! Oh my god, that did so much damage to me. Am I getting move speed on kill? I do. I wish the game had different interactions with move speed and bump. Like, survival should have so much stuff in it based on bump. Modders, this is your chance. Alright, there should still be monsters left. One just spawned. I guess Indulgence is making its money back from it boning me earlier. Cover the ground with oil that burns. Oh, I guess one thing that we probably want to do is roll our... Oh, we already have burning oil. So what? Maybe we decide to take the cannon that we saw earlier. That way we get a little bit of value from our fixes. I feel like it's very difficult for survival to get burning oil damage. Because, like, aside from a turret getting destroyed, where's that gonna come from? Where does fire come from? Holy water? No way. I'd rather die. Toxic Cloud on parry. I guess there's a world where, like, you should have taken that because you wouldn't use Assault Shield on the Giant. Some good stuff in here. Poisons the enemy, Rhythm and Bozuki. Burning Oil Pickaxe. Not a Mimic. That's big. That's a level 13, by the way. You're telling me you wouldn't take that? What if that was mimicked? You had to take it. There's no other choice. Remember, we said Hayabusa boots? Unethical. We might have to swap. It's the right thing to do. I'm healing 15, 26. I'm healing 9 HP per kick. You know for a fact we're getting giga numbers from that pickaxe. Level 13 amulets. We would have a lot of HP using this. We're currently at 13, 16, 9. And 20% damage reduction. All right, I'm sold. I know we're dropping triple green. We're living. Of course, if the monster was dead, we would live. But what if we live and the monster's dead at the same time? That's better. How is it not? I just want to check this. All right, I will take it. We drop Indulgence. I think we're done with the curse stuff. Grab this. How much is that? $9,000. That's a steal. Those kicks were $1,000? The Louis V's? Oh crap! I had a. Oh. Uh-oh. Huh. Well. I said there was something scary about this biome. I forgot what that was until the very end. To be fair, the game did not show me the thing until the very end. Oh, we're hitting. It's okay if we clear some of this stuff, but try not to kill everything. All right, we'll backtrack. I bet the crit on that with Frenzy would be sick. That is scary. Like, even with the 2,000 hours I have in this game, that is scary. All right. Let's go into this door. I know there were some monsters in the other door, but I think I remember there being an elite. That sounds right. One more. Nice. I didn't want to contest both of these at the same time. We did a lot of that, but we were not cursed during those other times. Level 11, not level 13? That's a scam. Why so low? All right, where was that door? If I were a door, I would have been all the way up there. Is that right? We will not be going Scarecrow, even though Scarecrow makes a little bit more sense with Crusher, but not necessarily the cannon. Oh wow, that thing still had flame going. I mean, hey. 18-3? 15-9? It's that big a difference? Where it just swaps the scroll around? Alright, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with the game. We may swap for bosses and use Force Shield. Alright. Not Mausoleum. We are instead going to the Giant. Simply because the Giant is much easier to hit. I mean, technically, I could just face tank. That's a random green zombie. Are you allowed to be in here? This is 5 BC, my friend. I don't know if they have room for green zombies on this map. Alright, we peace out. Feel like I've gotten 0 value from gastronomy. Holy water. I don't know what final boss I want to go to. Usually I let the game decide, but we will see. We could maybe look for... Obviously, shoots volume of arrows is worthless. Poison damage, we do have Toxic Cloud. It's not terrible. I would have rather had a different star. Damage reduction while you're near it, 25%. And I have 20% on my amulet. And if I wanted to, I could try to roll. I mean, it'd be funny if it showed up, right? We wouldn't be doing all that extra damage, but if I had 60% damage reduction on bosses, that's hilarious. Let's save it for a little bit later. Because, like, maybe I find a different turret. Well, I guess I should use this one. It's the highest level one anyway. But it would be really interesting to see, with that much damage reduction, can I face tank? Oh, wow. Was that 250,000? No, it had to be like 25,000. Ain't no way. 78. Yeah, 27,000. Because I guess it hits twice. The dirt also does damage. My one parry. My one kill rhythm, actually. Alright. Giant dead. If you ever have issues fighting the Giant, if you're like V, I like what I see. I like what you're doing in Dead Cells. If you have some tips for me, I'd love to know how to beat the Giant. This build right here would do it. Again, the right thing to do is another biome. The smart thing to do would be to skip the biome and go straight to Hand of the King. However, you know, I want to give the game a chance, you know? That is not what we're taking. Though, like, it's really interesting against both Hand of the King and Spoiler Boss. I don't think we do that. Next biome, Dracula's Castle. I'm not mad at it. Like, if there's any way to kill Dracula, it would be in this setup. Assault Shield, very good in that fight. Oh, I never swapped the Force Shield. Assault Shield, very good. Turrets are pretty good, at least not the Crusher. But the cannon is very good in both fights. I'm not trying to speedrun. I am using Assault Shield as a legitimate build. You may think to yourself, V, I hate watching speedruns of Dead Cells. All they do is run left to right. That's not what I'm doing. I'm hitting. Did he think I'm speedrunning? I mean, with the way I killed him, maybe. Most of the monsters don't even know I'm there until it's too late. Alright, Medusa. Medusa Chan for all of my Hades fans. Ooh. Pretty good. Maybe we do go for the damage reduction route. I highly doubt we can face tank the boss, though. Even if I had Vengeance, Dead Inside, Recovery, turning into an elite. Twin elites, actually. And then Dracula's just watching. What in the world? So yeah, like, this build right here, if I were to leave it, I'm sure someone out there would say, V, I've seen this build before. Even the frenzy part. But what you haven't seen, not me considering buying the food again, what you haven't seen is full DR. I don't even know if there's a cap. Currently, the highest you can get is from Berserk, which reduces damage up to 90%. So it'd be very interesting if the cap is 90%. Oh my god, I got cursed again? The skull actually did a full 180 and got me. Alright, we gotta be careful. Things like harpies are a real problem. Jump scare. I thought this gives you food. Like, I thought you'd do that now so that by the time we get to the boss, we'll have the food. It's fine. Nice. Those count as real monsters. I don't know if he knows that. He just helped me. Ooh, it died to the floor. That's a happy birthday. Give us that. We're healing... Am I healing like 20? Do you all agree I'm healing more than the Hayabusa Boots was doing? Or is it still copium? Wow, even the cannon's really strong. 75%? I'd rather keep my setup right now. We're not always gonna get hit by projectiles. Is there a world where I take, not Midas blood, gold plating? Sheesh, what a good burning oil thing that is. Gold plating with Dead Inside. Full damage reduction setup. I think I lose all my money on phase 1 Dracula because he does multi-bullets. I can't just stand there and eat them all. Oh, doesn't this give damage reduction? It used to. Wow, makes victim bleed Bozuki. I don't think there's anything to get damage reduction anymore on a weapon. This used to do it too. The game knows. Poison the enemy boy act. My god, I got streamer client going on right now. Sheesh. I feel like most of this run, most of the time has been spent thinking about items. Another one. Poisons the enemy. I've never had so many affixes that do dot one hit. This is beautiful. I'm not even done with the map yet. Thank God we have the assault shield. Feel like we're going at really, really good speed. I know a lot of YouTubers like make fun of viewers' attention spans. I don't like to do that because I know I myself like to watch long form videos. But this build, this has got to be Zoomer approved, I think. Oh, wow. Are there 3 monsters left? Why did I kill it last? Are there 2 monsters left? Out of all of those monsters, you're telling me I killed that thing last? Hello? What am I looking at? Alright. Quick chest. Oh, there could have been a curse on this map. I think it would have been the chest I'm on right now, because that's the only chest on the whole map. Alright, all we need now is that scroll. Oh, we gotta buy the food from Grandpa for my gastro. I guess technically for Midas, I keep wanting to say Midas blood, but it's gold plating. Technically that's gonna be a little bit worse if I spend the money. But it'll certainly be funny, right? Because I believe the way it works is that gold plating looks at your total HP and how much damage you took in relation to that HP and then apply some kind of formula based on money. So the more max HP you have and the less damage you take, the less money is taken away from you. So I think in that regard, full DR gold plating is the hit. Okay. So I think we're good. Let's sell. We're not gonna have a ton of money to do this. And I do have to reset my mutations. But if this works, I promise you it's gonna look absolutely disgusting. Oh. Oh my god, it's different than the Mimic. It just buys it and eats it rather than dropping it to the ground. And I guess, like, from a dev standpoint, why would anyone in their right mind buy the food and then sell it? Right? So as a dev, that's a failsafe. I think I'm the only person on the planet that wants to buy the food and then sell it. That's not reportable. That's a me issue. And you know, sometimes it's okay if it's a me issue. I'd rather it be a me issue than a global issue. Alright. Let's start resetting. I think we do this first to look for damage reduction. And then I reset for Midas Blood if I have money left. Okay. 50% damage reduction between both of these. This obviously doesn't last forever. That could be an argument for Instinct the Master of Arms. Instincto, we like to call it. We don't need Kill Rhythm. $20,000. I mean, I should at least try to avoid some hits, right? I have 74,000 HP. That's not a legal number. This is gonna be embarrassing for the Dracula. I just don't want to eat the triple bullet because I feel like that's too much money taken away from me. And I can't get command grabbed either. He'll probably like do % max HP damage. All right, final boss. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around, but you got more to see. Alright, there's our DR. I lost like 200 bucks. See, it's too many multi-hits. I'm watching. I still have money. And like maybe, like because you have a shield, if you take a hit... Oh, we gotta sell all this. Go, go, go! If you take a hit with a shield, it gives you like a bubble. I don't know if it did that, so... Again, rewind. Tell me, did I get a bubble when I took damage from the bats? This is gonna be a little easier or harder? It's a good question. He might run away from my turrets. Maybe we don't actually do the turret until we figure out where he's gonna stay. Oh yeah, we got the bubble. I lost money. Oh crap, we're losing crits. Oops. Alright, in hindsight, I needed Hayabusa boots to do this part. I didn't think this far ahead. My bad, my bad. Alright, we lost a lot of damage. We're doing half the damage we were before. Oops. My turrets fell through the floor. Is that right? Sell it? Get some money back? I need this. 1,000 bucks, that's so good. Alright, face tank. Oh my god, I'm losing $2,000 per hit. Stonks? I mean, hey. We weren't in any danger, right? It worked, it's just it shouldn't have been pickaxe, and I didn't think about that. I was so dead set on how good pickaxe was in the beginning, I didn't think that I would possibly switch to absorb and face tank bosses. That doesn't happen. Like, you could have amazing foresight, you would never know you would swap to tank every hit from the boss. But yo, what a wild ride. A roller coaster. If you like what you saw, I would like to do more of these just regular runs of roguelike games. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, leave a comment answering some of those questions, or hey, let me know what other roguelikes you'd like to see this kind of thing done on. It doesn't have to be Dead Cells, it could be a whole gambit of games. I have all of them. Either way, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'll catch you on the next video.